Welcome back. This episode is a continuation of our discussion on Bruce Tuckman's stages of group development, and today we're talking about norming. So this follows what we talked about last week, which was the storming of a group, where you start getting disagreements. This is where you emerge out from the other end of those disagreements and you start actually seeing the wheels turning and seeing the group starting to achieve results. There's a few things happening in this phase all at once, and if you're ever in this situation, just look around and you'll notice some of these things, if not all of them. So one is that the group and the participants feel a lot more relaxed because they know that they are no longer in a combative situation. They know they're starting to make progress towards their goals. They also understand their role in the team more, so they're more comfortable because they know their purpose, or they know how they can contribute. If other potential disagreements come up, instead of that being a negative thing or a risk to group cohesion, you actually find that the group will start working towards solving that problem proactively and participatory. They'll start making small decisions by themselves or larger decisions as part of a group. They feel like they understand what you want from them, and so they feel empowered to start making those decisions and making things happening. So you really do start to see this momentum building. The group members might actually start socializing together. You see friendships bonding, but also the team might catch up every so often and do social activities. In really large projects, I've seen this facilitated more actively by a leader, where the team will design a logo for themselves and have t-shirts printed up, or they'll develop a team name and a team nickname. So they really do start thinking of themselves as part of a team. The group will also start to develop their expectations of you as a leader. So it's important for you to understand what that expectation is and do your best to fill it in the capacity that you need to. You can kind of step back from the day-to-day interactions with the team, and your role changes slightly more to make sure that the team continues to head in the direction that you want them to head in. You want to support and celebrate the successes that they are having, because they are starting to make good decisions, and this is all helping your ultimate goal. Keep clearing the roadblocks that the team encounters, because what you want to do is keep this good momentum going. You don't want them to hit up against bureaucracy and stop, because they will lose momentum, and it's just going to lose you time. So keep working behind the scenes to grease the wheels, keep things going. Succession planning is something that you need to also keep an eye on in an organization, because you as a leader are not going to be the leader of this group forever. Whether that's just because of your role in the organization, you tend only to focus on a certain area, or whether it's because actually you know that you're much better at getting a team up, started through the storming stage and pointed in the right direction, and then other people are better at actually running the project. So just be aware of that, look for opportunities, and start thinking about succession planning. You might find that there's someone in the team who's perfectly placed to learn the few last skills and then grow into that leadership role. And in terms of timeframes, we're not talking, this isn't for a 2-week project. We're talking projects that might extend over 2 or 3 years. That's the way you kind of need to be thinking. Start looking for opportunities to develop individual team members and ask them whether they would like to be involved in certain things that will need to happen, whether they see that as being something that would add to their personal career development. So you could start looking for those opportunities, sounding out people, figuring out how it might work. You want to provide these good learning opportunities for people because, one, it makes them feel a stronger connection with the team and with you as a leader because they feel like they're being taken care of. But it also means that once this project is done, it's going to have a little legacy that lives beyond it, in that people are going to look back and go, oh yeah, that was the project where I learned, that was the first time I got to do this thing. Because you're less involved in the active day-to-day work of the group at this stage, another thing you can focus on is what your individual team members' motivations might be. And we can talk about motivations in a different episode, but what I'm really talking about is if you've got some team members who are very motivated by praise, or very motivated by the idea of getting to author a paper at the end of the project, or very motivated by the friendships that they form within the group, it's a good idea to just start building your visibility, if you don't already know, of what those people's drivers are, because then you can find subtle ways to fill them and just improve the satisfaction of the people on the team while they're working. So those are all my thoughts on the team norming stage. I hope you found it interesting. As I said previously, keep an eye out on the teams that you're in. Look at what the leaders of those teams are doing, and start building your opinions on how you might deal with some of these different issues. It might even be, if you're looking for mentorship opportunities, or you could actually just invite that leader out for lunch and pick their brains for half an hour and see what strategies they're using, if any. A lot of people do this type of leadership intuitively. So while Tuckman has given names to the different stages, and he's given descriptions of what may or may not be included in the various stages, you do find a lot of leaders won't be familiar with this terminology. That's fine. You can still get a lot of value from them. You can still identify what strategies they're using. It's just Tuckman gives you a framework to then go, okay, those 3 good ideas that they're using actually align to Tuckman's norming phase, for example. It gives you a framework to work with and to structure your thoughts and structure the feedback that you get from other people. Subscribe to my channel so you can see when the next episode comes out, where we'll be focusing on team performing, which is where things really start happening. Good luck, and thank you for watching Leader Logic.